Hi, welcome back to our podcast. We love to dive deep into astrology to help you understand yourself and the universe a little better, one placement at a time. And today's podcast, we're settling our sights on a very expansive and emotionally rich placement, the moon in the ninth house. This is for you if your moon falls in the ninth house of your natal chart, or if you're just curious about how this placement influences emotions, intuitions, travel, and beliefs in your spiritual compass. Let's explore how this lunar energy plays out in the house of philosophy, higher learning, and long journeys. So, to start, let's ground ourselves in what the ninth house represents. The ninth house is traditionally ruled by Sagittarius and Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth, and optimism. This house governs higher education in academia, spiritual and religious beliefs, long distance travel in foreign cultures, philosophy, law, ethics, big picture thinking, and worldview. It's the house of the seeker, the explorer, the philosopher. It's about transcending the immediate and reaching for deeper understanding. So, when you place the moon here, a planet that governs emotions, needs, instincts, and memories, it colors this expansive terrain with deep emotional undertones. So, before we layer the ninth house, let's quick review the moon's role in the birth chart. The moon represents your inner emotional world, your unconscious habits and instincts, how you nurture and how you need to be nurtured, your intuition and gut reactions, how you process security and comfort. The moon is deeply tied to our past, to memory, to how we emotionally respond to life. When it's in the ninth house, these lunar qualities are funneled into the first suite of wisdom, truth, meaning. So, what happens when you blend emotional lunar energy with the broad philosophical lens of the ninth house? You get someone who is emotionally nourished by learning and exploration, deeply connected to their beliefs and philosophies, intuitively drawn to foreign cultures or long distance travel, restless when emotionally stagnant or confined, spiritually or religiously curious. This placement often shows a person whose emotions are tied to growth, freedom, and truth. There's often a hunger to explore life's meaning, not just intellectually but emotionally. For Moon in the ninth house individuals, emotional fulfillment often comes through journeys, literal and metaphorical. This could be studying different religions or philosophies, traveling the world, moving far from their birthplace, reading or writing about spiritual or cultural ideas. They feel safest and most at peace when they are expanding their worldview. Routines can feel stifling. Growth is essential. This placement can also indicate a nomadic soul, someone who finds home in far off places or through spiritual practice rather than a physical location. Like any placement, Moon in the ninth house has its challenges. Here are some possible shadow expressions: emotional escapism, using travel or philosophy to avoid emotional discomfort, over idealization of beliefs or spiritual teachers, feeling disconnected from one's roots or culture, struggling with consistency or commitment, restlessness or dissatisfaction with the mundane. These individuals may run toward experiences rather than sit with emotional discomfort. They may seek answer out there rather than in here. So, this placement often speaks to a person whose emotional life is deeply tied to spiritual identity or cultural experience. Some people with moon in the ninth house come from a multicultural or immigrant background, are emotionally shaped by a religion or spiritual system, experience a deep emotional calling to adapt new cultural traditions, feel most nurtured when immersed in a belief system. It can also show mother figures who are teachers, philosophers, or connected to a religion or travel. The maternal influence may have inspired the individual to seek truth and freedom. So, Moon in the ninth house can create natural educators or spiritual guides. These individuals often feel emotionally satisfied when they can share wisdom, whether in a classroom, a podcast like this one, or a book. They might be drawn to a career such as professor, teachers, or researchers, spiritual advisor, life coaches, or clergy, travel writers, or cultural anthropologists. If you have this placement, don't be surprised if others come to you for advice or guidance. You often bring a calm, reflective energy to big questions. So, the moon signs modifies this placement significantly. For example, Cancer moon in the ninth may seek emotional safety through spiritual family or traditions. Sagittarius moon in the ninth doubles down on freedom, adventure, and idealism. Pisces moon in the ninth might have mystical or psychic leanings, needing solitude and divine connection. Capricorn moon in the ninth may prepare structured system or belief or disciplined study. So remember, the moon signs adds flavor while the ninth house gives the stage. So if you have moon in the ninth house, try exploring these questions. What philosophy or beliefs make me feel safe? Do I use travel or learning to avoid emotional depth? What makes me feel emotionally expansive and free? Where do I feel most at home, spiritually or intellectually? What belief system did I inherit from family? Which have I chosen? So, Moon in the ninth house is beautiful, searching placement. It tells the story of someone who finds emotional nourishment in wisdom, who is always reaching for something higher, more meaningful, more true. Your heart is tied to your quest, and that is a secret journey. Whether you're on literal pilgrimage or navigating the emotional terrain of inner beliefs, know that this lunar energy supports your growth. Let your feelings be your compass and trust the truth and comfort can coexist. Let me add some career paths that associated or associated with this placement. So, number one, teacher, professor, or academic, especially in fields like philosophy, religion, cultural studies, or literature, they feel emotionally fulfilled when inspiring others and sharing ideas. They might teach abroad or be involved in international education. Spiritual advisor, counselor, or religious leader, deep connection to belief system makes them powerful spiritual guides. Could be involved in religious institutions, yoga instruction, or life coaching. Their institution makes them emotionally attuned to other spiritual needs. Writer, journalist, travel blogger, especially writing about culture, travel, philosophy, or personal growth. Emotional expression through writing is often strong. They may find purpose and comfort in sharing their experiences. Foreign service, diplomatic work, or NGO position, a natural desire to understand and serve global communities. They may feel drawn to humanitarian work, international relations, or policy making. Emotional satisfaction comes from bridging cultures and advocating for justice. Tour guide, translator, or cultural liaison. Strong emotional ties to foreign cultures and languages. They might live abroad or work in industries tied to cross cultural exchange. Feeling at home in foreign places gives them a sense of belonging. Psychologies or therapies, especially with a focus on belief or meaning. They help others find personal truth or heal through reframing belief systems. Could also combine with this travel or education focused therapy work. Filmmaker, documentarian, or storyteller, particularly about spiritual journeys, travel, or philosophy themes. The emotional depth of the moon meets the expansive reach of the ninth house. So, emotional career traits to look for, freedom and variety are essential. Routine or highly rigid work environments can feel emotionally draining. They need to believe in what they're doing and feel that their work is part of the greater purpose. Careers that allows emotional expression, continuous learning, and personal evolutions are best. So yeah, if you have this placement, this is a great things, great placement that wants to expand. more in a bigger pictures thing. So yeah, so that's all for the moon in the ninth house. Thank you for joining on this podcast. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with our astrology loving friends. And if you want to go deeper, um you you can ask me to elaborate more about this placement, and I will make another video for that, more detailed stuff about this placement. And yeah, like in the future I might offer some astrological readings, or birth chart readings. Please stay tuned with that. I will put some link and information on my videos. So yeah, and check some of my other videos, including these placements. And I'm glad to hear from you too. P- Please feel free to put comments on the videos. Until next time, and stay curious and stay cosmic.